Alright, welcome back. So in this video we're going to talk about settings. If I click on settings, let's go to domains, and we'll minimize support because we were talking about that in the previous video. And so here you can see this is where you manage domains. So you can add a domain, you can buy a domain, and you can refresh. Okay, so I'll just talk about these and how you would go about setting up a domain. But in terms of actually doing the domain, we're not going to be doing that because of the not the complication of the process, but it takes a long time to get it up and running without troubleshooting and experiencing a little bit of bugs. So I'll just go in a kind of an overview of how to do these things. So to add a domain, let's say that you have one. Okay, so let's call it mycompany.com. All right. So if I say use this domain, it's going to, how do you want to verify your domain? Before we can set up mycompany.com, we need to sign into your domain host and verify that you own the domain. So you can add a text record to the domain DNS records. If you can't add a text record, add MX record to the domain's DNS records. Add a text file to the domain's website. So these three different options will prove that you are the owner of the domain. Okay, now again, this domain is fictional, so this is not going to work. But if you were going to add a text record to your domain's DNS records, you would go to your web hosting provider and then access your hosting, your domain name DNS records from there. Okay, and then you'd be able to add that text record. The other thing you can do is you can add an MX record in the same area with your domain's provider. Okay, or you could add a text file to the domain website, which would require you to add a text file to your hosting, because what they're referring to in that one is your website, which requires web hosting or storage, and that's what's hosting your website. Okay, so those are your three options to verify your domain. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and the other option is, open this up, let's go back to domains here, buy domain. So to buy a domain, before you can buy a domain, you'll need to upgrade your trial. You can then connect new domains to the service included in your subscription. So we're not going to update the our trial plan. We're going to stay on the trial plan for now because we just want to go through the features and see how things work. And that's why we're going to just keep the joshwarner.onmicrosoft.com as the domain. Now I'm going to select this and let's remove it. Okay, so remove domain. We'll go through that process, and there you go. So that's domains. All right, now we have search and intelligence. Okay, so with search and intelligence, you have insights, you have answers, data sources, customizations, and configurations. Okay, so this is data that is accumulated over time. Now you'll notice Microsoft Search is not available for your organization. If you recently created a new tenant, please check back in a few days. Users in your organization will be able to get work results along with internet results when searching on Bing. It may take up to 24 hours to see changes. Okay, so think of this as a data mining area where you're going to be grabbing insights of things that's been going on in your organization. But again, it's not going to show anything for 30 days because we haven't done anything. Answers, same thing. We can search, and again, this is just data sources, so we can add one if we want. Okay, I'm going to bring that back on, but you can add one here and then do next and go through the wizard. Okay, customizations, same thing, we can add and then go through that process to add a result type. Okay, now this is again just for search intelligence. Okay, let's do organizational settings. So we have services. So these are all the services that we have run in. Okay, security and privacy. So Bing data collection, password expiration policy. Set the password policy for all users in your organization. Okay, privacy profile, self-service password reset. Let users reset their own forgotten passwords rather than contacting your organization's IT for help. This is a big one. Okay, I cannot tell you how many times that I had people ask me when I was director of IT, "Hey, what's my password?" And I would tell them, "I have no idea what your password is because I don't write them down, because I shouldn't know what they are. You should know what they are, and you should have it written down to get set up and then save it so that you don't have to log in." But users are unique. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Then we have organization profile. So you have custom app launch tiles. Okay. Add tiles to your user's Office app launcher that open websites and SharePoint sites that you choose. Custom themes, so customize Office 365 for your organization. Data location, help desk information. Streamline user support by adding customized contact info to the Office 365 help panel, or PAN. Organization information, okay, and then refresh preferences. Okay, so that's org settings or organization settings. Let's go to integrated apps now. So with this, discover, purchase, acquire, manage, and deploy Microsoft 365 apps developed by Microsoft partners. Line of business apps developed within your organization are not displayed here. To manage these apps, go to the respective admin center or page. Okay, so Azure Active Directory, SharePoint, Teams, and then add-ins. So we can get apps here. And what these are is basically add-ons. And there's a whole just humongous variety here, which is great. So this gives you the ability to integrate other applications that you use outside of Microsoft 365. Okay, and then there's multiple categories here: sales, productivity, operations and supply chain, marketing, IT and management tools, Internet of Things, human resources, geolocation, finance, customer service. You get the idea. Okay, so these are apps that you can integrate into your organization. Okay, and then we have partner relationships. So these are the partners that you are authorized to work with, your organization. Each partner has different responsibilities for working with your organization, and some might have roles. Okay, so these are partners that you have that you're working with. Okay, so the partner name, the relationship type, the relationship name, the role, the duration, and the status. Okay, and as I'm trying to open up other things, sorry about that, because I was using the scroll bar here. I want to see if there's anything else. So we have status over there, and that's really it. So that is settings. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.